Yeah, numbers are turning, so it's working. Hey, Tubby people, all the mad but let's come on, let's work. Howlin' Mad Mud Duck back at you. Friday the 21st of June. I figured it out, and I figured out the answer to how old the first X would have been was 56. Let's go with that. 4 years younger than me, so. Happy birthday, dumb fucking blonde cunt, wherever you are, and to your little redheaded bastard son, and to my ex-best friend who you run off with. Fuck y'all. So, sitting back watching some of this shit on YouTube about this Iran thing. Look at the bigger picture, people. They got a drone. It's about damn big. This fucker's about as big as a 737. It ain't a small drone. This fucker is like, they only had a half dozen of them, or a dozen of them, or whatever, and they got one less now. Fucker cost more than goddamn F-35 or whatever. Ain't a cheap fucking toy. Now, if they got this drone surveilling that area and keeping shit copacetic and an eye on everything, and it's a Navy drone, and Navy intelligence is second to none. If you want to do it the right way, you do it the Navy way, because there's, right way, the wrong way, and the Navy way, and the Navy way is usually better than any other way, and I'm only saying that because my dad was ex-Navy, and that was kind of beat into me one way or another. And so, what makes you think they ain't got satellites up in the sky watching this whole shit, you know? Because they got satellites that can focus in on and read my fucking watch from where I'm sitting here. Here, guys, take a chronometer reading. They can read my fucking watch through the get. Because just on the Google Earth shit that they released to us, I can focus in down through the tree cover and find my goddamn car setting. I can pick out the top of my water barrel, okay? My rainwater barrel from where I'm at. And that's just with the Google Earth shit. So figure they got an eye in the sky watching this drone. They got a goddamn satellite up there. And they're flying this fucker around and flying this fucker around. And they're in international waters and basically, and hover, doing this little circle around, back and forth up down this boundary of the international waters. And when these trigger happy Iranian motherfuckers decides to light one up and take this sumbitch down. Well, this sumbitch has got all sorts of stealth capability and all this shit and all that. It's like, if it's in the sky, you don't really know what's up there. Unless you can see the fucker, and if it's flying that goddamn high as it should have been flying, you ain't gonna see the fucker. Unless you're really, really paying attention. Looking for it. And all this stealth shit, so it ain't detectable. So, Iran has just let off that they have a weapon that can do this. Take this fucker out. And where that weapon comes from. Because the satellite is recorded all this shit of this drone being taken down. So they just had their fucking missile secret of what they're capable of with a missile taking out a fucking stealth aircraft revealed. Now, this is how I'm looking at this shit. I'm a little crazy to begin with, and I look at things from this point and what else is going on while this is happening. It's also to take our fucking minds off of the dumb shit that the Democrats are doing in goddamn Washington with this never-ending impeach Trump story. I mean, come on, motherfuckers, get over it. He's been president for what, going on 3, going into 4 years now? Get over it. Motherfucker won. Get behind him or whatever. I mean, I didn't like goddamn Barry. I got a goddamn... There's shit I'd say about him that I'd get in trouble for on YouTube. Because that sumbitch wasn't right. And his husband, Big Mike... Tell me that fucker. Now, be good, my duck, be good. Get yourself in trouble. Good thing you ain't monetized. You'd never see any fucking money. So, they got something going on with this, you know. It's like somebody made a mistake. Yeah, that's what Trump said. Somebody made a mistake. Yeah, somebody made a mistake. One of these hothead Iranian generals or second lieutenants or Cobra commander or whatever the fuck they are over there got fucking panicky and pushed a fucking button he shouldn't have and revealed something he shouldn't reveal. Somebody made a mistake. Of course, that's the way I'm looking at this. But, you know, I just look at things a little different than some people. What else is going on? Reparations, whatever. All these people busy screaming about reparations for slavery. Well, first of all, I don't know of anybody that's ever been a slave. I've met Confederate war soldiers and Union war soldiers that were like ancient fuckers when I was little. But I never met anybody that had ever been a slave. Don't know of anybody in the family that ever owned slaves except for some of the folks back east in the 1800s, but or 1700s, they all had in their wills that their slaves were released and got a big chunk of money so upon their death. So I read that in some of the old family history. That was some of them northern folk. Some of the southern folk ran an underground railroad out to a family farm, then shipped them up the coast to Maine by ship, escaped slaves. But that's all, you know, like 100, 150 years ago. Do you guys realize that we're coming up, that the First World War was 100 years ago? We're coming up on the 2020s. The 1920s, it was last century, is going to be 100 years from now, next year, okay? Now, when I was a kid, the Roaring 20s were only like 70 years ago, you know? 70, 80, 70 years. 60 years ago, something like that. I'm real bad at math today. Might have had another one of them little brain function thingies where I lost some capacity. But the Roaring 20s next year are going to be like 100 years ago. You know you're getting old when the classic rock station is playing shit that you couldn't get them to play when you were a teenager because they were a classic rock station. There's a good one. I'm going to have to call the classic rock station and tell them that. You know, you've been listening so long when they're playing shit they wouldn't play. All right, enough of this. I'm babbling.